Hey guys, hello and welcome to Zen Innovations, and we have this giant fridge from LG. And this fridge is rated 547 liters. Yes, you heard that right, that is almost 550 liters. And this kind of size makes it ideal for large families. So if you live in a large family, then this video is for you. Today we are going to unbox this fridge, we are going to talk about the features, we are going to take a look at its power consumption. So let me quickly begin to unbox this fridge. By that time, you guys hit that nice little like and subscribe button down below, and let's begin today's review. Guys, the LG fridge has been installed and here is how it looks. And this is very beautiful brushed metallic finish. But there are some issues with this finish as well. And as you can see over here, the finish is extremely reflective, which might appear annoying to some people. Plus, the finish is scratch prone. So you can see this thing. And this wasn't a nail or anything. This is just a usual regular use. And you can see that in just 2 or 3 days we have got some scratches on the fridge, even with careful use. Plus, this thing gathers fingerprints and dirt very easily. So I don't know how much this camera can pick all the dust and dirt. But you have to keep this fridge pretty clean so that it looks nice. Otherwise it's going to look nasty. So all of those fingerprints and smudges you can see very easily appear on this fridge. But when it's clean, that yes, I can say that it does look majestic. So here is how the external finish of the fridge looks. Let's come to the specifications. So the specifications over here are 547 liters of gross volume and 506 liters of storage volume, and the energy consumption is said to be 253. So that is 253 units per year, and the power saving guide is rated 3 stars. Well, we are going to verify this sticker, and for verification I have this power meter over here installed. It's currently pulling 85 watts. All the summary, all the information of the power saving video will very quickly appear on my channel, just as quickly as you might push this little subscribe button down below. So if you still haven't pushed that button, make sure to do it right away. So all of those power consumption testing videos can come to you like that. So here is how the freezer compartment looks. The top part is freezer. The lower part is refrigerator, and sadly this fridge does not have a convertible option, so this thing is always going to be the freezer and this thing is always going to be the refrigerator. So that's one more disadvantage right there. Let's come to the control panel over here, and you can either wake it up using these buttons or you can just open the door a little bit, and this is how it looks. So let me carry you through some basic features. The first button is this fridge button. And this thing is changing the temperature of the refrigerator unit. So this particular unit, this thing right here, that can be changed by using this fridge button. So that's 2 degrees. It goes all the way up to 0 degrees and then it comes back to 6 degrees. And what I follow usually is 3 or 4 degrees Celsius. The next button here is the express freeze button. You can turn it on like this. And express freeze button is very helpful when your children want to very quickly have that ice cream you just made an hour ago or something. So if you want to freeze ice, if you want to freeze candies like these ones, yummy, isn't it? And if you want them to freeze faster, then you can use this express freeze button. And this button works for somewhere around half an hour or 1 hour, and then it turns off automatically. So you don't have to turn it off manually. It will go off once the job is done, once the temperature has been achieved. The next icon over here is Hygiene Fresh. Now what is this? Let me show you. And by default the Hygiene Fresh will be off, something like this. So what is this Hygiene Fresh? Well, think about it as an air purifier for the contents inside your fridge. Say by mistake, if you have some kind of bad odor or some smelly food inside the fridge, then you can turn this thing on. So first click will give you this thing. This is the auto mode. The second click will give you power mode. So if something is really smelly, then you can go to the power mode. But what I do is I follow this usual auto mode, and that's sufficient enough for me. The last button is very helpful if you have small kids around. This is the child lock feature. And to enable child lock, we need to long press this button. And we can see that this lock symbol has changed. And now nothing is going to work. So your children are not going to mess up the settings. So as we can see, if you try to do something, this lock symbol will blink and then it won't allow. To disengage this lock function, we just press this, long press, and then it comes undone, something like this. So that was the control panel. Apart from that, we also have this Wi-Fi function, and I have dedicated video available over here in the I button or in the description below, where I have given you dedicated information how to pair this Wi-Fi feature, how to connect it with your phone, what app to use. All of that information will be waiting in that particular video, or you can find the link in description below. So that's regarding the external look of this fridge. Let's move on to the internal look of this fridge. And before we do that, let me give you a little bit of comparison with its younger brother. And the younger brother over here comes from Godrej. Let me turn off the flash. Yeah, that's better. So this is 245 liters fridge from Godrej. It's approximately 15 years old. The look is pretty simple, so the usual white stuff over here, but it gets some bonus point for this handmade decal. Yes guys, so this is the decal which I have made myself, and it gets some bonus points for it, don't you think guys? If you like this decal, hit that like button down below. So jokes apart, let's move to the internal look and the functions of this fridge. And at this point, some of you might comment, well Zen, we came over here to check out the LG fridge, so why are you showing us this 15-year-old fridge from Godrej? So I thought that guys, in this video, let me give you a bit of perspective regarding how the technology used to be in those old days and what things have improved today. So I thought that let's give a very quick rundown of old technology fridge. So this is the freezer compartment. It has a shelf over here. It used to come with ice trays over here. You can slide them in something like this. Let's turn on the flash. Yeah, that's better. So you could slide those ice trays over here, and it's pretty simple over here. So one shelf, you also get one shelf in the door, plus you get these nice little hooks to hang something. Let's move to the refrigerator compartment. So the refrigerator compartment is over here, and older stuff used to be very heavy duty. So if you see this thing, this is at least 5 inches thick. So old stuff, old is gold, very rightly said. And here we come to the internal look of the fridge, and it comes with 3 shelves. So this shelf, these two are the full size shelves, plus it comes with this very innovative half height shelf. You can see, you can slide it around, and this very innovative shelf, I used to like this pretty much because it made the arrangement of your food stuff very easy. So you can slide it around. If you want to put something tall over here, you can put smaller stuff over here. So very neatly thought about. So 3 shelves over here, plus a usual vegetable box. This is the regular sized box, and it comes with this ventilation control button to control the moisture. So you can turn this thing on or off, and it comes with this manual control. So LG these days has got the digital control, but back in those days, it used to have this kind of manual control using the dial. Coming to the door, we have 1, 2, and 3 shelves. So 3 shelves over here, 3 shelves over here. So tell me guys, if 245 liter fridge gets 3 shelves, how many does a 500 liter fridge should? And guys, coming back to these shelves, I remember a very important point. So the shelves back in those days used to be steel. So this is metal, coated metal, and this thing is not going anywhere. It's not going to break, it's not going to scratch up. But today the shelves are made of glass, which means that they either break or they get very easily scratched once you start putting heavy stuff on top of them. Plus, there's a hidden benefit to these things. And you can see that this thing is made up of mesh-like material, and this thing leaves plenty of room for air circulation. So even if this fridge comes with, those little vents back there, 2 or 3 vents, the whole fridge is going to get cooler much faster just because the air can pass through these shelves and it's going to go all the way around. But this won't be possible in modern fridges because they come with glass shelves. Guys, we are back with the LG fridge and let me show you the internal design. So first let's go to the freezer part. So here is how the freezer looks. It's pretty large. It comes with one shelf over there. Plus there are 4 air vents for air circulation. So 2 over here, 2 over there behind the stuff. And here it comes with an ice box. And this ice box comes with a distinct disadvantage. Now LG advertised this thing as a slidable ice box. So you can slide it around. But the problem is that the minimal sliding distance over here is this. So you cannot directly attach this thing towards the wall. So this area is always going to be a waste. So this 1.5 to 2 inches will be a waste. I wish LG had designed it so that it would, directly be attached to this. It could directly slide all the way over here towards this wall so that we don't have to waste this space. So that's about the ice box. Single shelf over here. You can move it upwards if you want. So there's one ledge, so you can shift this shelf over here. It comes with a manual temperature control. So even if the refrigerator control is digital, this thing is still manual. Plus, this thing is not a convertible freezer. So this thing will always stay as a freezer and you cannot change that. Let's come to the door. So it comes with 2 full-size pockets and the dimensions are pretty nice. And stay with me for the course of this video because we are also going to measure all of this stuff. So 1, 2. So 2 shelves over here and the design is something like this for the freezer. The fridge is complaining, so let's close this door. And it comes with this automatic door alarm. So if you keep any of these doors ajar, for example the freezer or the refrigerator, then it's going to start complaining and make all of those noises. So let's get inside over here. And here is how it looks. So it comes with this fresh ozone. This is usually known as a chiller tray. And the chiller tray can be opened something like this. So it does not come all the way out like a drawer, but it usually stays over here like this. So this is the access which we get. Let's close that. Guys, let me give you a neat little idea. So let's open this fridge and do you notice something unique over here? Yes, the chiller tray is gone. And this chiller tray is pretty easy to remove. It sits on these mountings and you can, gently pull it out and then you can store it separately. And the thing that I am trying over here is that making more usable space. So as you can see, we have this giant space over here. And the chiller tray is only useful for storing cold drinks or water bottles. And if you don't store them, it becomes as good as useless. So what I did is first I tried putting fruits in it. But then the fruits were going bad. I think apparently it becomes too cold and the fruits were starting to go bad. So I simply removed the chiller tray from these mounts and I stored it separately. And now I have this awesome amount of space. And to properly utilize this space, what I did is I brought this additional shelf from LG. In the later part of this video, I'll tell you the pricing and all. So currently my fridge has 3 shelves. So that's 1, that's 2, and that's 3. And the space you can see over here is even, taller than what I can show you. It's like this. So you can do this neat little mod. And one more benefit of this thing is that these particular vents, which used to deliver the air to that chiller tray, are now here open. And which means that the cooling efficiency of this fridge has gone up. And now I can run the fridge at its very lowest setting and hence also save a bit of power. So double benefit right there. And let me show you the kind of space which I get. So that's this and this. So that is how it looks. And this is a neat little mod which you guys can try. And nice tasty apples over here. Apart from that, we come with 2 glass shelves. So one over here, one over here. And for 550 liters, I was very clearly expecting at least 3 glass shelves, but only 2 have been provided. So 2 shelves, plus there are a lot of ledges, so you can customize them as needed. But the provided shelves are only 2 numbers in quantity. And here comes the vegetable box. It has this usual ventilation button, so you can adjust the moisture. This is the size, it's pretty large. So that's the vegetable box. All of this is plastic, this is glass, and it remains to be seen how easily or easily does not get scratched. So for those updates you can subscribe to my channel and you can find those updates in the community post. Let's come to the door. So door levels 1, 2, 3 and 4. So very nice storage in the door, 4 levels over here, and even the shelves are pretty large in size. And it also comes with this door cooling facility. And as we talked before, the fridges with those grill type shelves did not have the problem of air circulation, but for these kind of fridges with glass shelves which are solid, now of course air can't pass through glass, so we have to provide gimmicks like this. So this is the door cooling function which will provide cool air to cool your stuff. And one thing which I noticed over here is that in my earlier fridge, which is the 516 liters, it actually came with a box over here, and that box used to get the cold air from here and distribute it inside the fridge. But that thing has been removed in 547 liters. And I don't know if this is due to some kind of cost cutting or some kind of revision. Actually, even the Amazon photo has this little box over here. I'll try putting that photo over here, you can see it. But this thing has not been provided in my particular fridge. So that's the shelves. This part is divided here into 2 little shelves. So 2 shelves over here. Overall 4 levels. And here you get 1, 2, 3 and 4. So 4 levels over here and 4 levels over here. Guys, and here we are at the most important part of this review, which is the measurements. So let's use this tape to take the measurements of this fridge. Now let's get inside this fridge and get to the juicy bits. So we'll start with the freezer compartment. So let's open the freezer compartment. So that is how the thing looks. It is humongous. And let's start with the measurement of this freezer compartment. And as usual, we'll start with the width. So the width of this shelf is, I guess you can call this thing as 26 inches. So as you can see, that is 66 centimeters or 26 inches. The height of this compartment from here, which is the usable height, I'm not taking into account these vents. So we'll be starting from above the vents. So the usable area inside would be something like this. So it goes all the way up to 17 inches and the first shelf is at 8 inches. So as you can see over here, the first shelf is at 18 inches and the upper shelf is at 17 inches total. Now let's come to the depth of this freezer compartment. So here is the depth, and if we calculate this thing over here, which is the usable area up to the shelf level, then we see that the usable depth is 14 inches. Alright, so let's come to the door over here, and these are the door shelves. So let's start with the width, and the width is 25 inches as you can see. If I can say about the usable area, it might be slightly lower over here. So on an average 24 to 25 inches. The width is similar for both of the shelves, so there is no difference. The upper and lower shelves are of the same dimensions. Let's measure the depth. So the depth of this shelf is 3.5 inches as you can see. That is 3.5 inches, which is the depth of this freezer shelf in the door. Let's close the freezer and let's come to the refrigerator part. So here is how the refrigerator part looks. And let's start with the door first, shall we? So here is how the door looks, and the door comes with 4 of these shelves. So we have 1, 2, 3 and 4. And out of this thing, these 3 shelves are roughly of the equal size. So what I'll do is I'll measure this top one over here. And let's start with the width. So the width is around the same, 25 inches. So that's the usual width. That is 25 inches for you. And the depth over here would be, as you can see, 5.5 inches. So that's the depth. So it might be this one, it might be this one. The depth is the same all around. So that's the depth. And let's measure this smaller one, because the depth of this thing is slightly less. And this thing measures 4.5 inches, as you can see. The depth is slightly less, 4.5 inches for this guy. Alright, let's come to the crux of this fridge, which is the giant food keeping compartment. And let's start with the width. So the width is, as expected, somewhere around 26 inches. 26 or 26 and a half, you can say. That is the width of these shelves. And the whole fridge, if we talk about the height, it is going to be from here, from the bottom to the absolute top. That would be 43 inches. So that's the whole area. And this area is shared between changeable and fixed shelves. For example, this vegetable box over here, this is one of the fixed parts. And this part is 9 inches high. So you can see this thing is 9 inches high over here. So that's 9 inches. Another fixed part is this chiller compartment over here. And this chiller compartment is also around 6 inches high. So the usable volume would be 6 inches high. And now between these two fixed shelves, so this thing and between this thing, what we have is an adjustable area over here. So all of this area can be played around using these slots over here. So you can move these shelves up and down according to your height. And this particular play area, so this, which is, you can say, the play area or the changeable area, the measurement of this play area, we'll start from here on top of the vegetable box and we'll measure it up to here. So the play area is 26 inches and you can customize the shelves between this area. Alright, let's measure the depth of this fridge. So the depth over here, that is 16 inches, as you can see on the tape. Guys, I don't know why most of the manufacturers are either afraid to offer the internal dimensions or they want to hide something. Usually what the manufacturers provide are the external dimensions. Now after buying this fridge, we are not going to put the food outside, are we? What we need is the dimensions of internal compartments of the fridge, and that is what I have provided to you. So if you like this video, make sure to hit that nice little like button down below. Guys, welcome to Extra Content, and this is my LG 547 liters giant fridge. And let's take a look at the top over here. And this top comes with this metallic box. And this metallic box houses the electronic components of this fridge. So what will happen is that if you were expecting a really flat surface, that's not going to happen. So you have this flat area over here, plus you have this box which houses the components. Just little nitbits which I thought that you should know as a consumer. So this is the top area, and let's come over here towards the side. And towards the side we have this hot air grill, and there's one grill over here on the left side, there's one on the right side as well. So on both sides of the fridge you have this hot air vent where I can very clearly feel a gust of hot air coming from this area. So you have to make sure that these areas stay clean and it has good amount of gap from your furniture or the wall. And coming to the back side of this fridge, this is the compressor area. And in a lot of brands I am seeing that this particular compressor area is open with wires dangling and with pipes visible and the motors visible and whatnot. But LG has very nicely covered this area. So this thing is covered with this metallic guard. So the compressor is well guarded against physical damage as well as rats. Yes, because rats can be absolutely nasty and devastating for your home appliances. So no rats are going to get inside through this grill. And whole of this area is very nicely covered. So good job LG over there. And the rest of back panel is covered like this using this metallic finish, as you can see. So that's the look. Guys, let me know what do you think of this little review. And if you're impressed with this fridge and if you want to buy it, the buying link will be waiting for you in the description below. So that's it for this video, guys. Take care and have a nice day.